Hi everybody, my name is Amari Green. I am a 2024 graduate of Clark Atlanta University. I'm also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I'm here to tell y'all about my HBCU experience, my experience being a D9 member, my post-grad experience, everything in between. And I'm gonna give y'all the real deal, no secrets, nothing left behind. I'm gonna give y'all everything, so let's get right into it. Just to give y'all a little bit of background on me, I graduated from Flint Southwestern in 2020, which was the midst of COVID. I did not know what I wanted to do professionally, but I knew I wanted to go to HBCU. Like there was nothing stopping me from going to HBCU. Only thing I had to figure out was which one I was going to and how I was going to pay for it. Don't forget about that part because that's very important. Don't let anybody tell you that you have to go to school in state or that you have to go to community college because it's free. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm not going to tell you not to, but don't let anybody place their limits and beliefs on you. I dream bigger. People tried to hold me back. They wanted me to stay in state and go to school because it was free. That's fine and that's great, but I knew I could get a free education going out of state. And that's not the case for everybody. But what people don't know is that you can continue to get scholarships while you're in college. You do not have to have a full tuition scholarship your first year. Like that's honestly not realistic. It doesn't happen for a lot of people. From personal experience, for somebody who graduated debt-free, it's very possible to get scholarships while you're still in college. I chose Clark for financial reasons because I could major in what I wanted to, because of the city that I was in. I had seen it in person before. You have the rest of your life to be a minority. When you go to HBCU, you're the majority. My professors were black. All my classmates were black. The staff was black. Like, it's very black. A lot of people don't understand that going to college is so much more than just your education. It's about the community that you build, the networking that you do, your overall experience. The person that college makes you is one of the most important parts of going to college. Not just the degree that they hand you after you walk the stage. Going to an HBCU, you will build a community that is unbreakable. You will build a network that will get you in so many rooms, y'all. When I say any room I go into, where'd you go? Clark Atlanta University. They might not know what it is. It's not University of Michigan, but you gonna hear about it. I don't care. I also attended a special HBCU because it's literally connected to Morehouse and Spelman, so I kind of got like a 3-in-1 deal. Not only did I get my HBCU experience, I also got to experience other HBCUs in real life. Y'all, I saw Drake at Morehouse in 2022 for $40. Where else you gonna get that? Anyways, let me get back on track. So my first 2 years at my HBCU, I'm not gonna lie, they were really hard. I came in as a freshman from a small city. I didn't really know anybody, and I was away from family, so far away, and I just didn't really know how to adjust to that. I had lived in Michigan my whole life, so I didn't know what I was doing. I was still figuring out life. I will say those years literally turned me into who I am today. They built that foundation. They built that confidence. They made me come out of my shell, because at an HBCU, if you stay in your shell, nobody's gonna pay you attention. You literally will make or break your experience. You have to make it what you want it to be. I didn't want to be depressed, lonely, not having friends. I wanted to come out with much more than that. So what I did, I started getting involved on campus. I started putting myself out there. I started speaking to people first. Like, you have to put yourself out there to meet people. My freshman year was a little skewed because of COVID, but my sophomore year, I really was like getting in the field. I started volunteering. I started meeting new people. I was getting involved with organizations. In my second semester of my sophomore year, I joined Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, the best sorority, the first to serve. Joining a sorority has changed my entire life. It has made me into the woman that I am today. But if you decide to join a D9 organization, you have to understand it's not just about stepping, strolling, dancing, going to parties. It's about service. My sorority was founded on service, scholarship, sisterhood. Those are key pillars, and it's a lifetime commitment. Do your research on that before you even think about joining it. But I will say, the network that I built from Delta, unmatched. If I wear my Delta hoodie to the airport, I might leave the airport with a job offer. And that's not to say anything will be handed to you, but it just goes to show like how powerful that network is. Even with people who aren't in the same organization, like when you meet black people in these predominantly white spaces, any way that you can relate to them will be your advantage. You might meet another HBCU alum that didn't even go to the same school as you. They will look out for you. You might meet somebody who's in a different D9 organization. They will still look out for you. Like, going to HBCU will set you apart in any room that you step into. When I tell y'all, when I first went into the workforce straight out of college, all of my peers, my managers, my coworkers, they would tell me, you present yourself with so much confidence. You know how to present very well for somebody who just graduated college. That's because my professors at my HBCU, I had to wear all black. I had to stand up. There was no buffer words. Like, they did not play. Like, you will learn so many more skills that just go outside of just coursework at a HBCU. Like, you will learn how to present yourself as a black person in the real world. I'm getting off track. I'm very passionate about this. But let's get into my HBCU education. I can count on one hand. Actually, I don't think I had any professors that were not black, or at least a person of color. I was a fashion merchandising major, so if you study something like biology, mathematics, you might have other people, and that's fine too. But the majority of your professors are going to be black, and you're going to get a black experience in the classroom. You're going to get that kind of like motherly side. You're going to get that I truly care about you and I want to see you do great, so I'm not just going to give you a grade. I'm going to challenge you to do better. And all of my professors challenge me to do better, not only in the classroom, but in the real world. If you do your part and show up as a good student in the classroom, your professors will look out for you. And I cannot say that you will get that same experience at a PWI. And I'm not shaming them. I'm not shading them or anything. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just telling you about my experience and how I feel personally. I do not believe believe that if I was in a classroom at a PWI of 300 people, that I would have the same opportunities that I got in a HBCU in the classrooms of 30 people. My professors knew me by name. They still interact with me to this day because we built great relationships. They helped me get into other schools. They helped me get internships. I don't think I would have got that same experience at a PWI. And that's not to say every professor is perfect. I faced challenges with professors as well, even though they were Black or teaching at a HBCU. You will still run into those problems just like you would at a PWI. But the pros and the cons, like, pros outweigh the cons by 1,000%. Getting into my professional experience that I was able to gain from going to HBCU. My first internship was at a talent agency in Los Angeles, and the internship was exclusively for HBCU students. A lot of internship programs have jobs exclusively available for HBCU students, HBCU graduates, such as the NBA, NFL, Nike, things of that such. They paid me to work, they paid me to fly there, and they paid for me to stay there. My second internship was at Nike World Headquarters in Portland, Oregon. They flew me to Portland, they paid me to live there for the summer, and they paid me to work. My last internship was at L'Oreal. I got this internship post-grad. It was a 12-month marketing internship. They did not pay me to live there, but they paid me to work there. Now I'm living in Dallas, Texas, and I work at Louis Vuitton doing a rotational leadership program. Going to an HBCU won't just automatically get you a job. The job market is not that great right now, so even people who went to Harvard are looking for jobs. So don't think that you're just going to come in and get things handed to you. But I'm saying that to say the connections that you build, the network that you build, the places you will go are limitless. The HBCU experience is unmatched. If you've never been to an HBCU homecoming, I challenge you to go to one. You're going to have a blast. That's just homecoming. That's just once a year. So imagine throughout the whole year, you're a college student. You get to go out, have fun, meet new people. There's so many different experiences. There's so many different clubs and organizations. There's just so much to do at an HBCU. That's just the fun part. Obviously, you have to stay on top of your schoolwork to stay inside the school because a lot of HBCUs have GPA requirements. You got to stay on track. Just stay on track. Have your fun, but make sure you get the work done. Okay? But my experience allowed me to meet people who will be my lifelong friends, my child's godmothers, bridesmaids. I met my boyfriend in college. He went to Morehouse. I went to Clark Atlanta. You just never know who you might meet. Like, that's not to say you won't meet people at a different school. That's not HBCU. I'm just telling my experience. I've met so many wonderful people, and you really have to prioritize making relationships because you never know who might be the next CEO, who might be working at the company that you dreamed of working at, who might be an employee for your business one day. You just never know. So you have to build those relationships. If you're considering an HBCU, I would highly recommend. Great experience, honestly the best 4 years of my life, and I can say so many of my peers can say the same thing. You should really consider it. There's so many different options depending on what you want to major in, where you want to live. Think about going to a school where you will feel supported, you'll feel celebrated, not just tolerated, and not just another number. College will be some of the best years of your life, and choosing an HBCU has completely changed my life. Telling y'all from experience. Use your resources. Reach out to people that you know went to HBCUs. If you want more advice, you can reach out to me. Follow me on Instagram at Mari Sanaya and TikTok. I'm still young and turned as an HBCU grad. If y'all want any more advice, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it helped. Let me know if y'all have any questions. Bye.